Hey everybody, hope you're doing well today. This is Brad Cartwright with Econ Course Companion, and today we're going to take a look at abnormal profit in the market structure of perfect competition. All right, and the main point here in this video is to understand how we are going to draw it on a diagram. So, if you have not watched how to derive or understand exactly where the revenue curves come from in perfect competition, check out the earlier videos. If you're unsure of where the cost curves come in to play and how to get them on a diagram, check the earlier videos, okay? We're just going to take a look at drawing abnormal profit. Cool, so here we go. Take a look. This looks complicated, but we're going to break it down, and you are going to see very closely that it is pretty easy, all right, to put together. All right, so what do we need to draw? We need to show that a firm that is in perfect competition is demonstrating abnormal profit. Okay, so where do we start? Step one. We know that in the short run, all firms are price takers, and so we have to represent where they get that price from. Where do they get it? They get it from the industry. So we must first draw a very simple supply and demand diagram for the industry of this firm. So here it is, bam, 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 demand, supply, you know how to do that. And what does it do? Boom, where these intersect right here, right, this price quantity combination is going to give us a price that we are going to transfer over to the firm, because firms in perfect competition are price takers, and this is how we show where they get it. And so therefore, because they're price takers, that means that their demand curve is going to be perfectly elastic, as is their average revenue, as is their marginal revenue curves. If you don't understand why, go back to the revenue curve videos that I have posted previously. Okay, then what? Then, next step, forget the AC curve. Next step, draw the marginal cost curve. Cool, there it is. Now, take a look and listen. And what do we need to know? We need to find the profit maximizing point for this firm. Profit maximizing level of output for this firm. Where is it? It's always where MC equals MR. And where do they meet? Wherever they intersect, right there. So this MC equaling MR determines the quantity. True, and this is coming from Jocelyn Blink, by the way. But most importantly, I'd like to think about this quantity right here. This is the quantity that this firm can operate at based on its costs and have the most chance of maximizing its revenue. It doesn't mean it's going to maximize its revenue. In fact, it can have a loss. But this just says that this is the quantity that this firm should produce at in order to have the best chance of producing or having a profit. And the reason for that is this is where marginal costs equal marginal revenue. In other words, at this point, this unit of output, they produced for the same price that they sold it. If they produce one more, the marginal cost of producing is going to be greater than price, and they're going to be losing money on that particular piece of output. So they don't want to do that. Well, what about here? Well, if they do it here, then they produce it for less, and they're missing out on a chance to make some money on that unit of output. So where MC equals MR, boom, that's the quantity where they should operate. Okay, now, stop. Now, go back to the original question. What does it say? Abnormal profit. Well, to show abnormal profit at this quantity level, what we have to do is we have to show that our costs are less than this level. Check it. It's not hard. Okay? The average costs need to be lower than price. Average costs less than price. In order to show abnormal profit for a firm in perfect competition. But here's the tough part. You see that point right there? That needs to be the lowest point of the average cost curve, which is, by the way, the average total cost curve as well. So I need to draw this thing so that the bottom of it is on the marginal cost curve, not over here on the profit maximizing level of output, okay? So we draw it there, and then we go over to this quantity, and we take that, because at this point right here, at that cost level, that's where the firm starts making more money than it needs to make stuff, right? This is where it breaks even, folks. This is where, after this level of costs, at this level right here, their costs are covered, and they're smiling all the way to the bank because they're going to take all of these profits and save them, okay? So that's how you show abnormal profit in the short run. But what's going to happen in the long run? The end of the story in perfect competition is that in the long run, everybody's making normal profits, and the reason for that is that they are operating in a world that has perfect information, and as soon as people find out that a firm is making that much cash there are going to be other firms who are going to enter into the marketplace, and because this marketplace has few barriers of entry and few barriers to exit, what's going to happen is the following. Check it, wait for it. Bam. Okay? Because there was abnormal profits happening in the marketplace. Where were we? We were right here. Don't get confused. Don't get worried. Abnormal profits happening in the marketplace. The industry is going to react, and the way it's going to react is more firms are going to enter the marketplace. This supply curve is going to shift outward to the point where it reaches a point where the new market equilibrium in the industry is P1Q1, and lo and behold, that is exactly where P1 equaling C1, the level of where marginal revenue will meet their marginal cost curve. Okay? So, say that again. There was a level, remember we were operating on the last slide, of abnormal profit. The firm was operating here at this quantity level. Because they were able to work at this quantity level, and that was way above their average cost, they were making abnormal profits. And guess what? There's always, always, always perfect information in perfect competition. So what's going to happen? People are going to know that someone's making bank. So other firms are like, yeah, go into that market, go into that market, go into the market. Anytime new firms enter a marketplace, right, they're going to drive down the price. So the new market equilibrium is now P1. And if you're a firm operating in perfect competition, you have no choice but to take that price, or you are not behaving well. That's bad behavior. No, you have to take it because everybody knows the price has dropped because everybody has perfect information, right? So as a result of that, in the long run, abnormal profits will be gone. And because new firms will get into the business, what will happen is the price level will drop, as will demand, average revenue, and margin revenue, and there will be a new quantity of profit maximization, which is going to be Q1, because that is where MC equals MR, and it also happens to be right at the point where the average total cost curve or average cost curve joins it. And so right there, my friends, is the diagram actually for normal profits. Okay, normal profits is right there. So in the long run, the firm will only make normal profits, and that, my friends, is always, always the story of perfect competition, in that in the long run, everybody only makes normal profit. That doesn't mean they're poor. That doesn't mean they're out there running a bad business. That just means that they are operating in a structure where they're price takers. And that's the behavior they have to accept. And as a result of doing that, they can thrive. But normal profits means everyone's paid. Everybody's still going on their vacations. Everyone's going out to dinner. Nothing's changed from last year to this year. And that will always happen in the perfect competition market structure. All right, my friends, if you didn't understand that, go back and watch it again, because this is something you're going to have to explain on a diagram on your exam for sure. Cool, my friends. Be good to one another. Be safe. I hope you found this video to be helpful, and we'll talk to you in a bit.